Good morning. Welcome to Morning Expresso. You're watching Indian Express. I'm Charulata Biswas. Let's begin with the big story of the day. The moment almost everyone, from retail to institutional investors, have been waiting for is here. Life Insurance Corporation of India (LIC) has filed its draft share sale prospectus with the capital markets regulator SEBI, paving the way for India's largest initial public offering IPO. The pricing of the IPO will be decided 2 days before the opening of the public offer, according to the prospectus. It also added that a proportion of shares not exceeding 10% will be reserved for policyholders and they may get a discount compared to the price offered to the public at large. Here are the stories you'll find only in Indian Express. In this edition of the Idea Exchange program, former Indian cricketer Suresh Raina fields questions on IPL auctions, the middle order woes of the Indian cricket team, pressures faced by young players of today, and spending over a decade in Indian cricket. Let's have a look at the front page. There is a crippling shortage of senior personnel at the Maharashtra Anti-Terrorism Squad, that is ATS. So much so, the Director General of Maharashtra Police has posted on Facebook inviting interested officers to join the ATS to meet him. Several current and former ATS officers said the state anti-terror unit has lost some of its sheen over the past few years as NIA has taken over some of the most sensitive and talked about cases it was investigating. Here are the must-reads. On the last day of campaigning for the assembly polls, Uttarakhand Chief Minister Pushkar Singh Dhami promised that the BJP, if re-elected, would enact a uniform civil code for the state. Many appear to believe that a UCC would remove all inequalities in one stroke and create a gender-just society. But it is important to understand that formal equality cannot bring about a radical change. What society needs is substantive equality. An expert explains what the Constitution says about UCC, previous attempts to reform personal laws, and the way forward. The Muslim-majority Sambhal district of Uttar Pradesh has 4 assembly seats, while the BJP had 1 Gannor and Chandosi last time. The Samajwadi Party had 1 Asmoli and Sambhal city. While the SP, RLD, Congress and BSP candidates are in the area which are Muslim-dominated, the BJP pick Rajesh Singhal starts from a position of disadvantage given the numerical majority of Muslims. A similar divide is visible in Moradabad, nearly 30 kilometers from Sambhal. On 5th February, Sneha Gaur, a resident of Asbagh in Old Bhopal, was on her way home from work as usual. Around 8 p.m., the 24-year-old reached the train tracks at the Barkhedi Fatak level crossing and ducked under a parked goods train to reach the other side. But then the train began to move. Displaying courage and presence of mind, Mohammad Mehboob, who saw Sneha get stuck, slid onto the tracks to reach her and ensure that she stayed down. Even in an election with several rebel candidates, changing loyalties and open factionalism, few have bent it like Balwinder Singh Latti. In the past 1.5 months, the MLA elected on Congress ticket from the reserved Hargobindpura seat has moved to the BJP, returned to the Congress to again join the BJP and for now stay there. And in today's Delhi Confidential, bureaucrats always come under pressure from political leadership to deliver in a stipulated time when it comes to flagship programs or popular schemes that could be highlighted during elections. Union Minister Rajiv Chandrasekhar has a unique way to push officials in his ministry to pull up their sleeves. He has placed a digital panel that counts the number of days for this government to meet the targets. And finally, in the latest edition of the 3 Things podcast, Krishna Kaushik joins host Snigdha Sharma to discuss the recent allegations raised by a Ladakh BJP official about China's PLA encroaching on Indian territory in Ladakh and not letting cattle graze. Next, Iram Siddiqui talks about a Bhopal school that highlights how discouraging hijab might affect the education of Muslim girls. And finally, we go over details of a recent incident involving a man raping a minor, disabled Dalit girl in Rajasthan. That's a news wrap from my end. For the latest updates, don't forget to subscribe to our channel, The Indian Express. Thank you for watching.